Peter Rosenberg said it. Caitlin Clark, they only popular because they white.
You cannot be a Caitlin Clark fan at this point as a black person. This is what is being said to us.
But she was a white girl from the middle of America.
White girl from America. And obviously, that's going to be polarizing, to say the least. And when we have our racial conversations, right? Oh, that's racist. Are you trying to say that people came out just because saw a white girl playing basketball?
It's craziness, man. Y'all are really bugging. Y'all have lost your damn minds.
ESPN has just implied that Caitlin Clark's popularity is driven solely by the fact that she is white.
Because in America, if you're white and good, it's going to be bigger than if you're black and good, which is challenged right now.
Let that sink in. According to that claim, it's not her deep-range shooting or the record-setting viewership she brings. It's simply the color of her skin. If you support Caitlin for her talent rather than her race, comment 100% right now. Because what's happening isn't merely unfair, it's an embarrassment to the sport.
The #1 attraction in the WNBA. And it's not because of her race, of her color, or for anything else outside of her skill, her talent, and her ability to play basketball and bring excitement to the game.
So here we are, Caitlin Clark, the biggest star in women's basketball, the driving force behind the WNBA finally dominating headlines. And rather than celebrating her excellence, people continue trying to diminish what she has accomplished.
Caitlin Clark, they only popular because they white. Because Peter Rosenberg said it, right?
ESPN's Peter Rosenberg went so far as to claim that Caitlin Clark is popular only because she is white. Let's be clear, this wasn't some random online remark from an anonymous commenter. It came from a nationally recognized media figure.
Caitlin Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
He stated on air that the only reason fans support Caitlin is because of her race, not because of her record-shattering NCAA career, not because she fills WNBA arenas, and not because of her signature deep-range shooting. According to him, it all comes down to the fact that she's white. But the criticism came swiftly after those remarks.
I think it's really, really exhausting and really exaggerated when we say a white person is going to be better than a black person, especially in basketball. In my mind, all levels, all realms. But in this world, it's unreal.
Former NFL player and sports analyst Marcellus Wiley immediately pushed back on that argument. He said, and I quote, "It's tiring and overblown whenever people claim a white athlete is being elevated over a black athlete, especially in basketball." He directly challenged Rosenberg, saying he was forcing a narrative that simply doesn't reflect reality.
She is selling out arenas everywhere she goes, even in her second year in the league. Yes, she's currently at this very moment injured, hasn't played as many games this season. And it's not because of her race, of her color, or for anything else outside of her skill, her talent, and her ability to play basketball and bring excitement to the game. The way she plays the game is different than any other WNBA star that we've seen.
Wiley reminded everyone that talent is what truly matters. Jersey sales, television deals, and sold-out arenas don't happen because of someone's skin color. They happen because an athlete makes an impact. And Caitlin Clark clearly has that impact. Nothing has been handed to her. She has earned every bit of it.
So she's talking about representation, which sometimes gets misrepresented, and when we have our racial conversations, right? Oh, that's racist. Some people were saying, oh, you're insufferable. Are you trying to say that people came out just because saw a white girl playing basketball? And then you got to be real with yourself. You got to get in front of that mirror sometimes. You got to do some self-examination because we are great at examining this world.
Even Monica McNutt, in a clip that quickly went viral on the BBC, pointed out how discussions about race often get inserted into conversations that should be centered on representation and on-court performance.
I was just about to say same thing for Angel Reese when I had a chance to cover their games, but I think Caitlin represented, and again, some of this to me probably is not fair to her because it was not anything that she said or was truly based on her personality, but she was a white girl from the middle of America.
She acknowledged that Caitlin is a white player from the Midwest, but emphasized that this does not make her popularity any less legitimate. It simply means that some fans connect with her because they see aspects of themselves in her.
I looked at it both ways. The one is the representation argument, which I am not a subscriber to. I will thoroughly admit I have never looked at a group of people or a group of anything and said, I'm going to because they are doing that. Never. Whether it's racial, whether it's athletic, whether it's academic, etc.
In the same way that other fans connect with Angel Reese. That's human nature. It's completely normal. But instead of calling it connection, the media labels it privilege. So the real question becomes, why is ESPN framing Caitlin Clark's rise through the lens of race rather than through the lens of basketball?
Nobody was watching the WNBA before Caitlin Clark entered the league. That's just an indisputable fact. Tell me how many arenas they sold out. Tell me how many of their players were on super big podcasts talking about the WNBA. None of them. And that's not a slight on their talent or ability, but it's just the fact that Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA and changed the entire landscape of the league.
Let's look at the facts. Before Caitlin Clark, the WNBA had never seen this level of attention. That's not meant to diminish the legends who came before her. It's simply reality. She introduced a massive new audience to the league, generated unprecedented media attention, and boosted ticket demand everywhere she plays.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right. So she was shooting the shit out of it. And
She's the face of the league.
agreed.
She's the face of the league. Agreed.
And she did it through fearless play, launching shots from 35 feet, shattering records, talking confidently, and winning games. Does that really sound like success based solely on race? This isn't about Caitlin Clark being white.
Just have nothing but great things to say about who she is as a person. Just so welcoming and so warm as an individual that she can have a conversation with anybody. She's cut from the same cloth as me in that regard. You know what? Us Midwesterners, we tend to just, accept everybody with open arms. She was so kind to my family and everyone in the suite when she came to KC. So huge fans of Caitlin.
This is about Caitlin excelling at marketing herself, attracting fans, and delivering standout performances when the spotlight is brightest. So if ESPN wants to reduce all of that to skin color, they're not just disrespecting her, they're disrespecting the sport itself. Because if someone cannot recognize the talent, toughness, and excellence Caitlin Clark brings every time she steps on the court, then maybe they're not truly watching basketball at all.
Caitlin Clark is the needle mover.
She is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP. She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
Let's make one thing clear. Caitlin Clark is not a star because she is white. She is a star because she earned that status through her skill, determination, and fearlessness.
When we had a discussion about what made Caitlin Clark so popular, why everyone was gravitating towards her, this was after the college basketball career that she had, but just looking back on that, may have been around the time that she had her jersey retired at Iowa.
When people claim she is popular only because she is white, they ignore the one thing that matters most in sports: results. Look at what she has accomplished. She did not simply participate in college basketball, she transformed it.
She is an absolute demon on that court, plays the game hard, it encourages her teammates to be their very best selves. I mean, the Indiana Fever are still winning basketball games, even with Caitlin Clark on the sideline. That just goes to show you what kind of leader she is around the culture. And so we just got to forget about this whole, she's white, but what about all the black? Every league has great players. Every league has had great players that have led the charge in every single generation, in every single sport.
Her games shattered television viewership records. She was selling out arenas before ever stepping into the professional ranks. Year after year, she carried Iowa into the national spotlight, elevating the program with her deep shooting range and fiery leadership. And now, she is bringing that same impact to the WNBA.
She is selling out arenas everywhere she goes, even in her second year in the league. Yes, she's currently at this very moment injured and hasn't played as many games this season.
Even while injured and under intense pressure, Caitlin Clark remains the WNBA's biggest attraction, not because of race, but because of her talent and impact. Fans from all backgrounds support her for the same reason they support any elite player. She delivers results. Many argue the media has turned admiration for her into a racial controversy, despite Clark herself never framing her success that way. She continues to earn respect through her performance, leadership, and ability to thrive under the spotlight, while supporters insist her popularity is driven by greatness on the court, not the color of her skin.